Hello, welcome back to some more Once Human. Um, yeah, so recently I've been playing a lot of Once Human. It's just really awesome. In a way, it's kind of like an alternative Minecraft. And as I've said before, it's a uh, post-apocalypse shooter, survival shooter. So last time we did a securement silo, like a dungeon. This time I'm going to show you guys around my base. Because I don't think I mentioned last time, but a part of Once Human is also about base building. It's not just about like fighting, but also gathering resources, eating, drinking, hunting animals, and yeah, building houses. Um, so I'm gonna take you guys around my territory today. So first, let's look on the outside. What you guys see over here, this thing is called a stardust resonant filter. What it does is that you put in special stones called cortexes. You put the cortexes in the filter. The filter spawns waves of enemies. After you defeat several waves of enemies, you get rewards basically. And I've placed down a few turrets to help me defend against the monsters that spawn. I have some spike traps. I have a flamethrower trap. And then I have a gravitational grip, whatever that means. Just a bunch of traps to fend myself off against the monsters that spawn. So, let's take a look. Over here, as you guys can see, these are deviations contained in what you call isolated securement units. Deviations are kind of like the crossover between Pokemons and SCP anomalies that can, if you harness their power, they can help you do a bunch of useful stuff. Like these guys here are called logging beavers, and what they do is they gather wood around your territory, which is pretty awesome. And these two guys over here are called the Digby Boy, which gathers ores around your territory. Yeah, so you have to contain deviations inside these units, and that's how you use them. I have a deviation in my backpack. My backpack is actually called a cradle, and inside my cradle is a jellyfish, which is a combat deviation that I can deploy in battle. I'm sure you guys have seen it if you've watched my last video. I did use the jellyfish a little bit in the securement silo. These green crates here are just storage crates to store a bunch of my stuff. These are the cortexes that I'm talking about that you can put in the filter outside to spawn monsters. And here is a disassembly bench that I can use to disassemble anything that I don't want into materials. Only that I think I'm lagging right now or something, because it's not. Oh, I guess this doesn't disassemble into anything, but like if I disassemble one grenade, I get metal scraps, copper ingot, mixed explosives, and I can use these materials to craft weapons and armor and stuff. Here's a table. It's just cosmetic use. I mean, you can interact with a chair and sit down, but it doesn't really do much aside from, I guess, looking good. Right. You will notice that the FPS is a bit low because my computer is not that great at handling gaming and recording at the same time. Here's the kitchen. I have some cabinets, also just purely decorative. They don't actually do anything. Here is an electric furnace that I can use to, like, if I want to, smelt ores into ingots. Wait a minute. You can make platinum crystal? That is game changing. And the reason for that is because I actually need platinum crystal for my weapons and armor. And this whole time, I thought, I thought they can only be found in level 41 to 50 strongholds. But apparently you can craft them too? Oh my. Okay, I did not know that. That's pretty awesome. Okay. I just figured it. I just figured this out. That's pretty cool. Um, Here's the fridge that you can store items. So items have a durability, meaning items will expire over time. If you put it in a fridge, they don't expire as quickly. Here's a stove that I can use to craft a bunch of useful stuff, like a sanity gummy. So if you eat it, you restore some sanity. Pretty straightforward. So I have a fish tank, also decorative purposes, but you can actually put fish in it, and you can also withdraw fish if that's what you want. Obviously, I caught these fish outside. Nothing too special. I have a weapon rack that I can store weapons that I don't use. I have a bed, and sleeping in a bed actually regenerates health and sanity, something that's, I guess, cooler than Minecraft beds. Now that's interesting. I did not know someone lives here. So I have a hive with a bunch of these people with me. This account, Cults Cobra, is like, I made this account on my phone just to see how the game feels like if you play it on a phone. It is cross-platform. It is free to play, so you can join me if you want. If you download Once Human on your phone, just make sure we connect on the same server, and most importantly on the same region. Otherwise, you actually won't find me. My region is North America. Yeah. There's someone revving their motorcycle outside my house right now. That's pretty annoying. But anyways, these are the people in my hive, and this person does not belong to my hive. It's just a stranger. These two people, OG Heck and Super Dumpling, are the houses over there. Those are the people from my hive, but not this person. And actually, Follow Through, the person that I played the silo with, used to live here, but Follow Through moved away, and now this stranger moved in. So maybe I'll have to invite this guy to my hive or something. A hive is like a guild or a small group that you can play with, make friends, that kind of stuff. Here are the, well, in Minecraft, they would be crafting tables. These are the different workbenches that I can craft different stuff with. So, supplies workbench, and then gear workbench that obviously can craft armor. Like, just let me look at my gear right now. This is tier 5, Shelter's hat. This is tier 4, so I do want to swap this to a tier 5 Shelter's mask. This is also tier 4, and it's kind of low on durability. So let's say I want to craft tier 5 Shelter's shoes. I would then go into craft armor, go to shoes, go to Shelter's shoes, tier 5, and I'm missing one material. I'm missing platinum crystal, like what I just told you guys, because I didn't know that you can craft platinum crystal yourself. Thought you have to like go find them in the wilderness, but apparently not. Over here are a bunch of biomass generators to generate electricity. Different things require electricity. Surprisingly, not this ceiling light. That's a bit unrealistic, but what does require electricity? Are you okay? What does require electricity would be these water filters over here, as well as this water pump over here. It's currently collecting dirty water. This is post-apocalypse, so all the water, all the meat you get, they're all contaminated. So you have to like purify them or cook them to make sure they're actually edible. I mean, if you want to, you can drink dirty water, but I think you get a special effect called gastric discomfort or something. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Here's where I grow my crops. So these are called grow lights. These actually require electricity, and I think as well as the irrigation facility, which basically waters plants in the surrounding area. I'm currently growing some wheat and some corn back there. Pretty cool. That is about it for my territory. And then of course there's also livestock that you can breed or kill. It is actually quite buggy. So if you have a livestock, you can recall it back into your backpack. And then you will find this in your inventory right here. And then you can place them back. Yeah, it's only that it's a bit laggy. I don't know why, but these animals have a tendency of really liking to cling onto the fences, and sometimes they lag out, like that guy right there. You have, and then you have I still don't know how to pronounce this word. I should have searched it up. This also exists in my Vanilla Plus Survival series. I have a feeding trough. Is that how you pronounce it? A trough? A tro? I don't know. But, you know, like a tray that holds food for animals to eat. So you can put stuff in it so they can eat, so they can maintain their hydration and hunger bars. And then of course you have a garage that you can store vehicles. Display vehicles and maintain them, repair them. You don't actually need a garage to store it, I think. But you can choose like which vehicle you want to display. So I could display the all-terrain vehicle or a motorcycle. The motorcycle is the one that everyone gets at the beginning of the game, so I can choose, like, do I want to spawn a motorcycle or an all-terrain vehicle? That's pretty cool. That's normally how you get around the map of Once Human. Yeah, so these two are houses built by my hive mates. Actually, one of them is online. As you guys can see, that little house icon is actually one of my hive mates. Apparently these two are couples in real life, which is really cool. I wish I have a partner that I can play this game with, but too bad. So I think that's it for this video. Yeah, these boys are working hard. There's no combat here, but I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me explaining my base in Once Human, and hopefully we'll do some more combat next time. So I will see you guys later.